The Chronicle was a universal chronicle, one of Jerome's earliest attempts at history. It was composed c. 380 in Constantinople. This is a translation into Latin of the chronological tables which compose the second part of the Chronicon of Eusebius, with a supplement covering the period from 325 to 379. Despite numerous errors taken from Eusebius, and some of his own, Jerome produced a valuable work of universal history, if only for the example which it gave to such later chroniclers as Prosper of Aquitaine, Cassiodorus, and Victor of Tunnuna to continue his annals. In conformity with the Chronicon of Eusebius, Jerome dated creation to 5199 BC. The Chronicle includes a chronology of the events of Greek mythology, based on the work of Hellenistic scholars such as Apollodorus, Diodorus Siculus, and Eusebius. While the earlier parts are obviously unhistorical, there may be scattered remnants of historical events of late Mycenaean Greece from entries of the 12th century BC. Homer himself is dated to 940 BC, while modern scholarship usually dates him after 800 BC. Timeline: from Adam until the 14th year of Valens, 5,579 years. From Abraham to the capture of Troy, 835 years. Ninus, son of Belus, reigned 52 years. Abraham. Zoroaster. Semiramis, 42 years. Zammis, 38 years. Covenant of Abraham with God. Arius reigned for 30 years. Birth of Isaac. Aurelius, 40 years. Xerxes Balanius, 30 years. Anachus reigned for 50 years. Armamitas, 38 years. Belocus, 35 years. Birth of Joseph. Ogygian flood. Balius, 52 years. Famine in Egypt. Altardas, 32 years. Prometheus. Mamanthus, 30 years. Magshalius, 30 years. Sphaerus, 20 years. Birth of Moses. Mamilus, 30 years. Spertus, 40 years. Oicalian flood. Ascatides, 40 years. Moses on Mount Sinai. Amanthes, 45 years. Birth of Minos, Rhadamanthus, and Sopton. Bellochus, 25 years. Belapes, 30 years. Perseus. Lamprides, 32 years. Tros. Soses, 20 years. Pegasus. Lampes, 30 years. Europa. Temple at Elessus. Panias, 45 years. Miletus. Argonauts. Oedipus. Gideon. Sosamis, 19 years. Hercules. Priam. Theseus. 7 against Thebes. Mithraeus, 27 years. Olympic Games. Tortanes, 32 years. Trojan War, for the capture of Troy until the First Olympiad, 405 years. From Ninus to Sardanapalus, 36 Assyrian kings, for the First Olympiad to the 14th year of Valens, 1155 years. First Olympiad. 65th Olympiad. Darius the Great. 181st Olympiad. Julius Caesar. 202nd Olympiad. Preaching of Jesus Christ. 289th Olympiad. Goths defeated by Huns.